This is Tyson Matthews with the Animal Cell Project. First, as you see here with the baseball, this is the nucleus. It is a membrane-enclosed organelle found in most eukaryotic cells. It contains most of the cell's genetic material in the form of multiple long linear DNA molecules. Next, we have the mitochondria. It is a membrane-enclosed organelle found in all living cells, and its main purpose is to generate most of the cell's ATP, and it also works like a cellular power plant. Next, we have the ribosome. It is a complex and large molecular machine found within all living cells that serve to link amino acids together in an order specified by the messenger RNA. Next, we have the Golgi apparatus. It is an organelle found in most eukaryotic cells. Its main purpose is to store proteins until they are sent to their destination. Next, there are lysosomes. They are cell organelles mostly found in animal cells, but sometimes they are also found in red blood cells. Their purpose is to digest unwanted materials in the cell. The endoplasmic reticulum is an organelle that forms an interconnected network of flattened membrane-enclosed tubes. Next, there is the vacuole. It is a membrane-bound organelle which is present in all plant and fungal cells, and sometimes in animal, protists, and bacteria cells. Its purpose is to contain waste products in the animal cell. There is also the cytoplasm, which is a gel-like substance that contains the organelles, is inside the membrane, and has most of the cellular activity. Finally, there is the cell membrane. It's a protective coat around the cell. It keeps the bad stuff out and the good stuff in. Next, we have the plant cell. Tonight, I will be talking about the plant cell. Even though the plant cell is very similar to the animal cell in many ways, I'll be talking about the parts that are different. For starters, in the animal cell, there are no chloroplasts. Though in the plant cell, the chloroplast's main role is to conduct photosynthesis by capturing sunlight and turning it into energy. Also, the vacuole is a much bigger organelle in the plant cell, and its main purpose here is to isolate materials harmful to the cell. Next, we also have cell walls. These are mainly for keeping a structure for main plants. Like for trees, the reason they are so tall is because of cell walls. All the other organelles, like nucleus, is the same as the animal cell. If you want to see that, go back to slide 1. This is Tyson Matthews with the plant cell. Now I will be talking about the cell function. The cell function is to generate energy for the being and to also be an individual building block for an individual organism. This is the cell wall. It is like a building frame. It can help support the building, like in the cell. That is why many trees like the redwood can be supported, because the cell wall is a very structured support. Though in the cell membrane, it doesn't have support, though what it does have is a good security. You see, it allows bad materials like viruses to not come in, though it can allow some good materials like different types of energy to come in, so it can provide enough energy for the cell to power the body or the flower. This is how the cell membrane and the cell wall supports and helps its cell. The final thing I'm going to talk to you about today is how a cell can be compared to another system. The system I'm choosing is the human body. For starters, the human skin can relate to the cell's membrane. The cell membrane is very flexible, it has very small pores, and can also protect the cell from outside harm. The exact same thing with the skin. The only difference is that this human skin isn't clear, while the cell membrane is. Next, we have the skeleton, which relates to the cell wall. With this, is the skeleton. It supports the human body. Without it, it would just fall down and we'd be goo. Same exact thing with the cell wall. It helps support the cell, and without it, our trees and plants would just be flopping on the ground. It would fall a lot. Next, there is the brain, which relates to the nucleus. The nucleus and the brain are mainly centered in both the cell and the head, and also contain many information. Though the brain contains all types of information, the cell only contains one type of information, but genetic information for childbirth. The final thing I'm going to show you today is how the vacuole is similar to the liver. The vacuole helps isolate bad materials in the cell. The same exact thing with the liver. It takes bad things that you might have ingested and tries to protect your body from them. Though if the poisons or materials are too strong for said objects, they could fail and your body could be dead. That is all I'm showing you today, and well, go look at the credits. Now go home and get a life.